Picture this. The year is 1494, and a certain Christopher Columbus lands on an island paradise he would name Jamaica. This lush green gem of the Caribbean would soon become a pawn in the great game of colonial conquest. First, the Spanish laid claim, replacing the native Taino population with African slaves and establishing a plantation economy. Sugarcane was king, and human lives were its currency. Then in 1655, the British muscled in, wresting control from the Spanish. The plantation system persisted, the wealth of the island built on the backs of the enslaved. The seeds of social and economic disparity were sown deep into Jamaican soil. Finally, in the late 19th century, the winds of change began to blow. Abolition, emancipation, and a slow, painful crawl towards self-governance. And so, born out of a turbulent history, Jamaica entered the 20th century with a fresh hope for independence. Fast forward to the 1940s. Jamaica began to stir with the winds of change, and with it came the birth of the island's major political parties. In the late 1930s, the People's National Party, or the PNP, was born. A socialist-leaning party founded by Norman Manley, the PNP was established to represent the interests of the working class and to fight for independence from British rule. Just a handful of years later, in 1943, the Jamaica Labour Party, or the JLP, was formed by Alexander Bustamante, a cousin of Manley. The JLP, on the other hand, leaned more towards conservatism, advocating for free enterprise and closer ties with Western powers. These two parties, the PNP and the JLP, have since dominated the political landscape of Jamaica, and while they both have contributed significantly to the island's development and independence, their rivalry has often been marred by violence, especially during election periods. This tension, this clash of ideologies and power, has been a significant source of political conflict in Jamaica, sometimes escalating into physical confrontations between followers of the two parties. Election periods became notorious for their volatility, with clashes often breaking out between supporters of the two parties. The 1980 general elections, for instance, were particularly bloody, with more than 800 people losing their lives in politically related violence. This rivalry, this power struggle, has not only shaped the political landscape of Jamaica, it has also spilled over into the everyday lives of its citizens. Communities have been divided along political lines, with some areas being staunchly PNP and others unwaveringly JLP. This division has often led to hostilities and conflicts, further fueling the cycle of violence. And as the political landscape grew more volatile, so too did the rate of crime and violence on the island. This is a testament to the deep-seated political rivalry that has marked Jamaica's history, a rivalry that has, in many ways, defined the island's political landscape. As the 1970s rolled in, Jamaica found itself grappling with an unprecedented wave of crime and violence. The nation, still fresh from the throes of independence, was thrust into a turmoil of social unrest. The decade was marked by a surge in criminal activity and a spike in violent incidents, a trend that was particularly noticeable during the tumultuous period leading up to the general elections in 1980. The political landscape was a hotbed of tension. Rival factions, aligned with the country's two main political parties, engaged in a brutal struggle for power. This struggle was not confined to the political arena. It spilled into the streets, fueling violence and causing ordinary Jamaicans to live in fear. The resulting political violence was a major contributor to the escalating crime rate. Parallel to this was the rise of organized crime. Gangs began to gain a foothold in the society, their influence spreading from the impoverished inner-city neighborhoods to the wider nation. These groups capitalized on the existing political tension, often aligning themselves with one political party or another to further their own interests. In this tumultuous environment, an ominous development took root: the emergence of garrison communities. These were neighborhoods controlled by powerful political figures or gang leaders, where loyalty to the controlling faction was enforced with an iron fist. The garrison communities became breeding grounds for crime, their residents often caught in the crossfire of political and gang violence. In the face of this escalating crime wave, the Jamaican government struggled to maintain law and order. Their efforts were hampered by a lack of resources, deep-seated corruption, and the complex interplay between politics and crime. But amidst this chaos, a beacon of hope emerged, the powerful, soul-stirring beats of reggae and dancehall music. This vibrant art form became a voice for the voiceless, a means for ordinary Jamaicans to express their frustrations, hopes, and dreams. Despite the darkness, the spirit of Jamaica lived on, pulsing to the rhythm of its music. In the heart of the storm, Jamaica birthed a new form of expression, an outlet for the oppressed, a voice for the voiceless, reggae and dancehall. These two musical genres have come to define the cultural landscape of Jamaica. They have been the soundtrack to the nation's struggle, a mirror reflecting the harsh realities of daily life, and a call for change. Reggae and dancehall music have been the drumbeat against injustice, the melody of resilience, and the chorus of hope for a better tomorrow. Reggae, with its roots deeply embedded in the struggle for freedom and equality, has been a powerful tool for social commentary. It has been a voice of protest, confronting issues such as poverty, corruption, and violence. And at the forefront of this movement was the iconic Bob Marley. His music resonated with the people, his lyrics were a rallying cry for peace and unity, and his message was clear: one love. On the other hand, dancehall emerged as a more raw and unfiltered reflection of the streets. It has been a platform for the youth to voice their frustrations, their dreams, and their realities. It is in dancehall that we see the gritty truth of crime and violence, but also the desire for change and a better life. Vybz Kartel, one of dancehall's most controversial figures, has been a prime example of this. His music, often criticized for promoting violence, also speaks to the socioeconomic struggles that breed such violence. He paints a picture of the harsh realities many Jamaicans face, and in doing so, forces a conversation about these issues. Reggae and dancehall have been more than just music. They have been a cry for justice, a demand for change, and a testament to the resilience of the Jamaican people. Through their lyrics and rhythm, these genres have given a voice to the voiceless. They have sparked conversations, and they have inspired action. And so, through the rhythm of music, Jamaica found a way to confront its demons. Fast forward to today, Jamaica continues to dance to the beat of its own drum, navigating the complexities of crime and violence with resilience. The intoxicating rhythm of the island pulses on, yet it's impossible to ignore the challenges. Crime and violence remain significant concerns, and while progress has been slow, it's steady. The government, nonprofits, and community organizations are joining hands to create a safer Jamaica, one step at a time. Initiatives are in place to provide education, employment opportunities, and social services aimed at breaking the cycle of violence. A closer look reveals that the heart of Jamaica still beats strong amidst adversity. The people's sense of community, love for their homeland, and the will to change the narrative are palpable. There's a shared understanding that the road to a safer Jamaica is a marathon, not a sprint. Reggae and dancehall, the island's musical lifelines, continue to play a critical role in this journey. These genres not only provide a soundtrack to life on the island, but also a platform for dialogue and expression. The music echoes the realities of Jamaican life, the struggles, the victories, and the dreams for a better tomorrow. Artists today are more conscious of their influence and are using their music to steer conversations about crime and violence. Lyrics often highlight the consequences of crime, advocate for peace, and inspire listeners to strive for a better Jamaica. It's a powerful tool, and its potential in shaping the national conversation is yet to be fully realized. To sum it up, Jamaica today is a country in transition. It's a nation grappling with serious issues, yet brimming with hope and determination. It's a country that continues to dance, not in spite of its struggles, but because of them. Indeed, Jamaica's story is one of resilience and strength, a dance of survival against the rhythm of adversity. From the birth of a nation to the rhythm of resilience, Jamaica's journey is as complex as it is inspiring. Born from a rich tapestry of cultures, the island has always been a tapestry of vibrancy and spirit. Over the decades, the political landscape has shaped and been shaped by the people, with power often swaying like the branches of a bamboo tree in the wind. Alongside this, crime and violence have risen, casting long shadows over the island's sunny disposition. Yet in the midst of this storm, the uplifting beats of reggae and dancehall have echoed, their powerful rhythms providing a soundtrack to the nation's struggles and triumphs. Today, Jamaica stands as a testament to resilience, its people swaying to the rhythm of their music, even as they face the challenges of their history. And so, as the sun sets on our journey, we leave with a deeper understanding of Jamaica, a land of beauty and contrast, where music and resilience dance hand in hand with history.